Hearing voices, Hashmakakah opened one eye. Hashmakakah, Hashmakakah. Reluctantly, Hashmakakah opened the other eye. Why should I wake up? He grumbled. The sand whirled up into the moonlit sky. You have been chosen, Hashmakakah, the voices whispered. The sand seemed to shift again. You will carry gifts to a baby king. Who are you? Hashmakakah wanted to know, for he was an old camel, and he felt that he had earned his sleep. You will carry frankincense and myrrh and gold. The wise men have chosen you. There's Hashmakakah. Hashmakakah got up very slowly. Why me? If these wise men are so wise, why don't they know about my joints, my gout, my sciatica? What did you say I am to carry? And how much will it weigh? Besides, I have other commitments. There's a water drinking competition in Rangar. Then I really must go to the cud chewing convention in Beamish. The sand blew furiously, cutting into the black night. Hashmakakah was startled and decided he had better do as the voices said. He knew what made the sand move like creatures with great wings. When do I start? He asked carefully. Today. And with that, the sand voices disappeared, and it was early morning. It was still early as the servants of the wise men placed the precious gifts onto Hashmakakah's back. The young camels ran to their good friend. They all looked up to him because he was old, and they thought that he was wise. You must be a very special camel, they said. I am very special. Hashmakakah puffed out his chest in pride and then said something a little foolish. I'm not so old. I'm still as strong as 10 horses, and I have been chosen to carry rich gifts to a new baby king. Can we come too? Asked the youngest camel, who never wanted to be left behind. Aren't we your friends? You can walk beside me, Hashmakakah replied in his most regal voice. And the long journey began. At noon, they heard of mountain goats, and the goats came into view. Hashmakakah thought they had come a long way from their mountain home in the north. What is it you want? Hashmakakah called out. We have heard tell of a new king who is to be born. Please, take our humble gift with you. It's milk. Take our milk to the king. You want me to carry milk? Hashmakakah sputtered in shock. I am not a milk-bearing camel. I am not ordinary. The young camels chorused, no, he is not ordinary. You see, they looked up to him with their big brown eyes. He's strong. Why, he's as strong as 10 horses, they said. Hashmakakah muttered to himself, oh, my joints, my gout, my sciatica. Aloud he said grandly, well, give me your gift. At 1 o'clock he was stopped by a family of millers. Look, said the youngest camel, they're carrying bags of ground corn. Do you suppose they're for the new king too? They will have to carry it themselves, Hashmakakah replied. They can follow that star just like the rest of us. The young camels crowded around Hashmakakah eagerly. But you're so strong, you're as strong as 10 horses. Hashmakakah felt weary just looking at those big bags of grain. But he said to the millers, give me your heavy bags. I'll carry them too. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, an old man in fine clothes gave him 2 rare birds in silver cages. At 5 o'clock, a group of bakers gave him their finest sweet meats and pastries, piling them on Hashmakakah's back. At 6 o'clock, the sun finally went down and the crowds melted into the coming night. Hashmakakah gratefully sank into the sand. In the kind darkness, he didn't have to pretend he was as strong as 10 horses. Hashmakakah became aware that it didn't seem as dark as usual. He looked up, and he saw the splendor of the skies and the special brightness of the star that he had been following. And then he fell asleep, wondering about the sand voices and the wings that he thought he could almost see in the sky. But as the sun rose over the desert hills, it was hard to remember the wonder of that star. For the new day brought new pains and new burdens for Hashmakakah. I don't think I will make it, he said. I can't carry anymore. My legs are getting weaker. Oh, my gout, my sciatica. I'm too loaded down. Word of the caravan had spread like sand before a desert wind. People lined the route, holding up their gifts for Hashmakakah to take to the new baby king. There were jars full of honey, baskets of money, jewels and beads and leather. And last but not least, there were 20 gallons of wine. Hashmakakah moaned to himself, "This will bring me to ruin. It is so heavy." But then the youngest camel cried out, "Look, look, there, it's Bethlehem. You've made it, Hashmakakah. You're as strong as 10 horses. Hashmakakah knew he could just do it if he didn't stop until he arrived at that spot right beneath the star. He could. He knew he could. Just then, out of the growing darkness, a small voice said, "I have a gift for the baby." Hashmakakah looked down on a tiny little child. "Please, child, no more gifts." Well, it has no weight. It's long and light. It's for the king who is born this night. It's so little, the child added. "Too little is too much," Hashmakakah whispered. "Didn't I hear them say that you were as strong as 10 horses?" asked the child. "Well, yes, I am, sort of. But my joints and my gout." Hashmakakah looked into the child's eyes, and his heart melted. "Yes, child, give it to me. This smaller than small gift. What harm can it do?" The child said, "It's for the baby's bed. It's all I have. A little piece of straw." "No problem at all," said Hashmakakah bravely. All this time, Hashmakakah had kept walking because he knew if he stopped, he wouldn't start again. Now he could see the star that shone down upon a lowly stable. "Child," he said, "put it on me. Do it now. Place your straw upon my back as I approach the newborn king." Look at all that stuff on Hashmakakah's back. Look at all that stuff he's carrying. And now he has one little piece of straw added to it. Hashmakakah entered the stable. "My knees are loosening. My legs, they wobble. My back is breaking. Will this last straw cause me to fall?" And with that, Hashmakakah fell to his knees. "Oh my," he thought, "this is no way for a camel to behave. They will say that Hashmakakah is a weak camel, and that he should not have traveled this far." The wise men noticed Hashmakakah, and quickly they too knelt. "They're mocking me now, falling on their knees, heads bent over like gnarled old trees." And then from the humble manger, a tiny hand reached out and touched Hashmakakah's nose. His pain seemed to disappear. He could no longer feel his heavy burden. And Hashmakakah whispered, to the little baby. Hosanna from Hashmakakah. Please accept these gifts kindly. They come from far and wide, brought by a beast who once acted blindly. From that time on, there was no burden, great or small, that Hashmakakah would not gladly carry. See the little baby's hand reaching up and touching his nose? It is. He said it's so cute. Whose little finger is this? Whose hand is this? Baby Jesus. Baby Jesus. I hope you guys have a really wonderful Christmas. And remember, it's all about baby Jesus. And maybe you can think of a gift that you can take to baby Jesus this year at Christmas. Thank you guys for helping me out with this. You can go back to your seats.